Hello everyone, and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hey everyone.
We are back with part. Oh, we're still on this level, huh?
Yeah, we almost finished it, but then we died before we.
We are on part 14 of our Croc Let's Play. Sorry, I realized now that we've been on this for 3 parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the game is getting more difficult. Well, I think we're. Did I say there were 5 levels? I think we're almost halfway through.
Right.
And then I think there's an unlockable bonus 6th one, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Well, you know, they are taking some cues from Mario, so I'm not surprised. It's supposed to be a Yoshi game. You know, like the 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash. I'm trying to think. I was trying to think of stuff to talk about on the channel and ideas, and then we hit record, and I'm like,
Oh, that's an idea.
What? The fact that I don't remember? Oh. yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I thought, first of all, we can start with. I guess we could talk about our experience in Berkeley Springs. Yeah. Which, for the most part, was good. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, no offense, we were kind of worried about that. Yes. Thankfully, but I guess since Berkeley Springs is a little more of a touristy area, they're gonna be a bit friendlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of friendly to our community citizens, which we appreciate. Which was not. But I do remind myself that even very conservative states have neighborhoods like that. And it's, you know, that stuff is really comforting. And we forget about it because the hateful people tend to be much louder. And that's something I guess we need to do, because even the people on the supportive side, you know, get understandably angry, and I think we just have too much of a chamber of hate back and forth. So somehow I think we all need to be noisier with our love for our community. Yeah. And try. Obviously we should stand up for ourselves, but try to spend a little less time defending ourselves and yelling at the haters. Spend more energy on uplifting each other in the community.
Yes.
I speak for myself as well. Yeah, we were trying that elephant thing, but yeah, just to save it for now, we'll try to figure out the elephant thing later.
Yes. Because I just finished the level.
Yep.
No, I didn't want to leave the world.
We want to go to the next one and to save.
Correct.
But yeah, so that was good. I'd say the only kind of iffy experience was with the massage people when we showed up late.
Think about it again. They were fairly young
Right.
workers, like college age.
I mean, if they, like, I get it that they book up quickly, but the fact that they said it would be significantly shorter, it's like...
Yeah, I was getting flashbacks too.
Oh.
Well, it's one of those sad life moments that she used the term collaboration first.
Oh yeah, we had trouble finding them, right? So we were late, but that's because we couldn't find them. Yeah, they didn't say they were in some kind of corner in like a shopping, or not a shopping, but some other building. It's hard for me to explain what that is. And she probably didn't know how to explain that in English.
Unfortunately, so. Possibly.
But yeah, anyway, that was the only bad thing at Berkeley Springs. I mean, we had a nice whirlpool, but I ended up canceling the massage because I didn't want it to be gutted time-wise. And they didn't have anything less than... Frankly, they're kind of cheap anyway because they make it 50 minutes rather than a full hour.
Yeah, you're right. People were comparing prices.
Yeah.
It was like a Honda.
Yeah.
It found it was cheaper at home.
But, well, for $5 more, we could get the full hour with the same, like the same hot stones add-on. So I'm like, you know, you might as well just do it at home. So I'm like, yeah, we'll keep the whirlpool because as far as I know, the place in our neighborhood doesn't have the whirlpool. They have some kind of other aquatic therapy, so I want to look into that. Basically mostly looked at shops because we weren't that terribly interested in the stored stuff. The colonial American history, most specifically. Yeah. And I'm not gonna get all giddy to know that, oh, George Washington bathed in these mineral springs. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it just didn't do much for me, but, and the castle isn't open to the public anyway, except for when they do events. And then the only other one I would have been interested in, the observatory, they're not open to the public either. They're only open during special events. And I'm like, I don't want to just look out at the outside of an observatory. That's pretty boring.
Fair point.
So pretty much the only historical thing we did was we drove to the Prospect Peak.
That's what it was called.
And like when you're standing there, you're basically standing in 3 states. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Mom asked me that too, because she asked if it was a spot where there were 3 states, and I remembered there was something similar
Yeah.
at Harper's Ferry, but I did not know how that was the case.
Yep. Yeah, that was like one of the big selling points. Yeah, when I showed Mom the pictures, he said 3 states. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. And it's just a nice view, you know, it's up high so you can see the land below. But yeah, other than that, we visited some like herb shop, some new age shops. One was run by a guy who's from Nepal. Yeah, I felt a little sad when I asked if he likes living in that town. He says, it's my business, I have no choice. That kind of made me a bit sad. Like, in other words, the answer is no. Which, with the way things currently are politically, I don't exactly if that's the reason. Yeah. As I feel like, and again, I apologize, I am getting a little political here, but it's relevant to our visit, so I do feel like it is getting scarier for any kind of foreigner living here. And I hate to say that, but despite the fact that they claim it's just going after people who are here illegally, the legal people they're going after the legal people, and I think they're like, you know, looking at their paperwork with a magnifying glass, or no, a microscope, to find anything that's off, any excuse to throw them out. And that's, you know, that's the biggest problem. So yeah, I feel like even the people who did everything correctly are sweating, because it's like, you know, what if somebody, you know, who was filing the paperwork made like the little tiniest, teeny tiniest little error, and then they could be thrown out.
Right.
So yeah.
Are they looking?
Or are they just like making up an issue that isn't actually there? Because that happens too. I mean, that's why a lot of them are going to court, because I swear they've made excuses to throw out.
Yes.
No either. So yeah, anyway, I feel like, unfortunately, that's more than likely the reason that guy answered that.
Right.
Because yeah, when you start a business in a foreign country, that's a lot, you know. You leave your home to set up shop, and you need a lot to start a business overseas. You know, it's not easy. So, you know, yeah. So it's not. I don't feel like it's a case of if they have a problem, they can just get up and go back home. We don't know what the situation is, or if they even have anything set up. So yeah, and that's something that really aggravates me. And yeah, we ate at some good restaurants. None of the restaurants were bad. I feel like I was kind of annoyed that the pizza place smelled like paint, and they didn't have the best was music, but the food was and, way too loud. Yeah. Yeah, once Connor's complaining it's too loud, you know it's definitely too
If you can't hear
loud. Yeah, because they're like, oh, we'll call your name when your order's ready. And I'm like, I don't even think we can hear.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh.
Practically speaking,
Yeah.
It's not wise to have it that loud.
And by that logic, since I've had hyperacusis since I was 12, that means I've been an old man since I was 12.
Right.
So that logic is pretty...
Exactly.
And that's what I get annoyed at, too. Like, people who don't have chronic pain, they like to be all like, I'm 30 now, my back hurts, hee hee hee. And it's like, stop that. I've had chronic pain since I was 7, and so that really, and even if I didn't, I would still be annoyed by that. But you guys have to understand, when I was 7, they blew me off because I was too young, and they were just like, I'm sure you just pulled a muscle, it'll get better, you just have to rest, it'll be better. It never got better. But because they didn't see anything like blatantly, observably wrong on the X-ray. Yeah. And therefore it got worse and became a chronic issue that I suffered from. And you know, once I was in my, once I hit 30, like, literally, I was maybe 30 or 32, I don't know, somewhere in there. Then I was stigmatized in a different direction, back pain is very common for men in their 30s who aren't currently working, because yes, at the time I was unemployed. Yeah, so I'm like, so what can you do about the pain, because I was going to leave empty-handed. And he's like, yeah, you can use some pain cream, or you can take Tylenol. I'm like, really? Do you think I would be here if that stuff worked?
Was that even...
Yeah, because it doesn't completely get rid of the pain, and who wants to kill their liver by taking Tylenol every day? Because that's how often I have pain, every day, so... I mean, ibuprofen, I think, is anti-inflammatory. That makes me tired and tears my stomach apart. And also, like any pain medicine, it could kill your liver if you're taking it. Right. Yeah, and I probably need prescription level painkillers for it even to make a difference. But once you get to that strong, because I'm sensitive to over-the-counter ibuprofen, that makes me tired. As well as tearing my stomach apart. Yes, even with food. But yeah, to actually get to the point where I'd have pain relief, I probably would be tired all day, like barely functioning, because I would need probably near. Yeah, you know, the 600 finally started. That's when it finally started to relieve the pain. Still wasn't 100%, but it was enough where I could get to sleep, because you remember in Italy I was and actually at the pharmacy you could get 600, which I don't think you can here. I think you have to take multiple of the 200 to get that much. I could do that. Yeah. Yeah. I forget exactly what, but I know they attack different things. One, like you said, is anti-inflammatory. I think Tylenol has the capability to reduce a fever. I'm not sure. You have the NSAIDs, which are also anti-inflammatory, but I forget how they're different. Yeah, I know, I got all medical ideas. But yeah, so yeah, I prefer to try to use the natural stuff. Yeah. Right. I thought I heard a kitty cat meow.
Well, I did fall.
Oh. Was that him?
I thought it was him.
Oh, okay.
It would be amazing if that sounded like a cat. What do you think?
Gabe. It's possible Gabe did meow near the door.
Your boys are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is a lot of the natural stuff is expensive. I do feel like they purposely make the stuff more expensive, and, you know, insurance doesn't cover them. I feel like they basically brainwash doctors to be anti-anything herbal or alternative medicine.
Right.
You can find some doctors that are for it, but they usually go under like a different title, like holistic Well, yeah, they kind of have to, because now the stigma is that most doctors are just going to push the pharmaceutical stuff. So yeah, calling yourself a holistic doctor is a very good way to be like, hey, I'm open to that stuff, and I'm going to treat the entire patient, not just the individual disease or symptoms.
Yeah. I looked it up to
Gumballs, their opinion on alternative medicine is confusing. I feel like they're pro it in some ways, but they also seem very anti it. Because they seem to show that a lot with Mr. Smalls.
Yes.
Although, actually, to give them the benefit of the doubt, they may be showcasing the real reason, or the real thing that they're having an issue with. And that is the fact that the FDA often decides just to not regulate that stuff. And which is another politicized, in my opinion, way to discourage people from using herbal supplements and other alternatives. So, yes, the risk when the FDA isn't, regulating that stuff. Yes, you can probably buy some cheap black market herbal stuff that's going to make you sick. Or you're not going to know enough about the potential risks or if there's, interactions and stuff. And then you get a bad reaction because you didn't get it in the proper form, or took the wrong dosage, or it has a component that has something you're allergic to in it, and you didn't have the guidance of a doctor and didn't even really think to look it up yourself. And then you go to your doctor, and your doctor's like, well, this is what happens when you use herbs. So, kind of set it up. And this is just my experience. There are probably some doctors, again, that are more supportive. And you can find herbalists, again. The problem is having access to them. And that herb shop, that lady at the herb shop expressed that opinion too. Yeah. Technically, I could be getting treatments I need, but since insurance doesn't cover it, I have to pay out of pocket, and I don't make money. So, the alternative treatments that could help us, we often can't get because it's kind of reserved for the wealthy at that point. Which is exactly how they move. Because it took me till this year to be able to actually work with an herbalist. Because herbalists will be able to advise you. And Mr. Smalls should have inquired with the herbalist.
It's not a case of
Maybe he took a herbalist course online and didn't bother to check if it was accredited or not.
Might be also.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did. Or somebody that just watches a few YouTube videos and thinks they're an expert. Yeah. I mean, you can learn a lot from YouTube videos, but, you should research beyond that.
Correct.
So I'm not discounting the people who, teach you that stuff. It's just the nature of those videos are usually that they keep it brief and introductory.
Right.
Because if they didn't, the people who actually sell the courses might have trouble making money. We will play through till either we die or get through the level, because I know we're almost done. But yeah, overall,
people that visited. Of course, the thing is, they probably not Gumball.
Yeah, I don't know that a lot of them have watched The Amazing World of Gumball.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like to an unnuanced viewer, it could easily be interpreted as anti-alternative medicine.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny that Gumball did not want to do it to the point of, like, don't say
Alternative
medicine.
Alright,
Alrighty.
well, that's the end of today's episode.
Yep, see you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.